Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Monday, the 8th of March 2021. It's the beginning of another week. Let's hope you have fun at work if you're working, or maybe going back to school. I'm not sure when people are going back to school, but schools are starting up again at some point, hopefully. I just noticed there was an article in the Independent suggesting that professionals look out for mental health issues with kids that have been away from school for a long time. And yeah, we haven't really thought about this, that the isolation has created a lot of problems, mental health issues, I think, for many people. Some people cope very well with it, and some people really don't. So let's hope there is some help available for anybody suffering from great mental distress after these periods of isolation. Okay, today's Guardian Sudoku is registered as easy level, so I'll take that face value and welcome beginners today. So Guardian is a game of Sudoku is a game of logic, and that's all. Not a game of mathematics. Nothing to do with that. This classic Sudoku. What do we need to do? Well, you can see. Look, here is a grid, large grid, split into smaller sections. And here, for example, we have 7 numbers from this grid already, from this section already, and we only need to find 2 more numbers to get the numbers between 1 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4 we don't have yet. 5, 6 we don't have yet. 7, 8, and 9. So the 2 missing numbers are 4 and 6 in here. The other thing we need to do is to look down each column and have numbers 1 to 9 in each column, and each row also needs 1 to 9. So look, since there are only 2 squares to get in this section here, this is probably a good way to start. So we have 1, 2, 3. We don't have 4, we don't have 6, but if you notice, there is a 4 intersecting here, and that means we can't have a 4 in that column there. So again, right, can only appear one time, so we could put our 4 here, and the last number is a 6 to go in there. So that's a very easy start. I'm sure the rest of it will be a bit more difficult than that. But anyway, that's how the process begins. So if we look at this 8 in this row, extend it right across this column, and 8 across this column, and 8 down this, 8 across this row. It's very early for me, sorry. 8 across this row and 8 down this column. You'll see that this is the only place where an 8 can go now. I'm being attacked by mosquitoes this morning as well, which is not helping. If you see any flying across the camera, don't try to swat them. Right. What else? Really a lot of mosquitoes. Okay, this 4 that we have in this column, this is a column, and this 4 that we have in this column, this 4 blocks these 2 squares, this 4 blocks these 2 squares. We also have a 4 in this row here coming across and blocking these 2 squares here. So we are blocking here, and blocking here, leaving just that square where a 4 can go. Hope you're getting the idea now. It's just kind of more of this until we get every number inserted. 4 across this row, 4 across this row, leaving just one space up here where a 4 can go. And that 4 blocks these 3 squares, right, when you take that down this column. So you notice when we write in a number, now we can use that number to find other numbers. This 4 blocks these 3 squares down here. But across wise, so we're looking at somewhere, a 4 has to appear somewhere in here. But we look across, we can see this 4 blocks this square, this 4 blocks this square, leaving only that square there where the 4 can go. And this is the way we play Sudoku. There is more to it than that, because what we're doing now is the kind of easy bit, which is the beginning part. And this particular puzzle might be all easy all the way through, or it might get to more other things that we need to consider. Let's put it like that. This 9, we can go push it back up this column here, this 9 back up this column here, leaving only one square left where a 9 can go, so we can fit our 9 here. Our 2 in this column, this 2 here blocks these 3 squares here. We have 1 intersecting 2, but that's all we need here to block that square, because now we filled in this void, there's only 1 square left in this column, and so for this segment a 2 will appear here. We bring that 2 down this column, this 2 down this column, and we see an intersecting 2 here. We have 1 here, but it's not really important, doesn't play a part. So blocking here, blocking and blocking means that square there is available for a 2. Very noisy birds this morning. I'm not sure if you can hear them twittering away outside. They're really, really loud. Okay, this 4 across this row here, this 4 across this row here, so blocking here, that's the last location for a 4. Okay, now I want to think ahead a little bit here. So I said there might be some other techniques or things that we can do, and I want to show you one here. So if I'm going to target this segment here and look for a number 5. And the way I'm going to do it is actually going across in the opposite direction. So what we can do is, if we see that this 5 blocks these 3 squares, we will know that a 5 is going to appear somewhere in this row here, right? This 5 blocks this row, so a 5 will come in this row here. And when we put that, we don't know which it is yet, but when we put it in, we know that it will block this row. So we're going to come back. So if we now look at this 5 blocks this square here, and the 5 which will appear in either of these 2 squares will come back and block here. This 5 will block this square here, and so we have to put our 5 here. There's only one number left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 6, so we can put our 6 in here like that. There is actually a 5 here too. There's a 5 in this column and a 5 in this row, so we can put our 5 up there like that. Right, now this column here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we have a 6? No. 7, 8. Do we have a 9? No. So we're missing 6 and 9 in this column here, but you'll notice that the 9 blocks this square here, so it's got to appear here, and the 6 actually blocks this square here, it has to appear here. So very easy to find those 2 numbers. So again, if we think about what I just said about trying to think ahead one step. Alright, actually, no. I take that back. I'm not going to do that. It would not lead to what I was thinking it might lead to. Okay, from this stage now, where are we? Okay. Okay, so I'm just still looking for any kind of really easy numbers. because that's what we found so far, the easy ones. Some of the other numbers might be a bit more difficult to spot. Not too difficult, but just slightly more difficult to find. Okay, so I'm going to start putting in some pencil marks. Now, pencil marks are things that help us to see possibilities. They will help us to find potential numbers, or write in potential numbers so we know what we're considering. They narrow down our options, let's put it like that. So for example, if I think about this 8 in this row here and 8 in this row here, there are 2 places left where an 8 can go. So I'm going to put in a small 8 like this to help me remember that an 8 can go there. Now, when I push this 8 here up this column, like so, alright, and I see this 8 go across here like this, well, I can see that an 8 is blocked here, so there are 2 possible spaces for an 8, right? So I'm going to put in the 8 candidates here, we call them candidates, potential numbers. And when we do that, you'll see that, okay, now we know an 8 has to appear either here or here in this segment. And when it's done so, it's going to block any other 8 in this column. So this 8 that we've fitted as a candidate no longer is allowed. And so an 8 will have to go there. Okay. This 8 blocks this square here. We're going to see that there's actually another pair of 8s like this. This kind of thing can be useful for higher level puzzles when you see numbers like that, but probably not in this puzzle. We'll see a bit later on. Right, so what else? Let's see. Now in this there's a 2 in this column, 2 in this column, so blocked and blocked, and there's a 2 across the middle. So we are seeing 2 here and a 2 here as a pair of numbers. What else? Just moving around the grid, okay, I can see 6. This 6 here blocks these 2 squares, and there's a 6 down here, meaning that 6 has to appear either here or here in this segment. This 3 blocks these 2 squares here in this column, so there are 2 spaces where a 3 can appear. This 1 comes across here and blocks this square. So I'm just jumping around the board in a kind of random fashion. This 7 down here blocks this square, so 7 appears either here or here. I'm just, jumping around, as I say, looking for random numbers. Okay, now I've noticed something. We have 7 and 7 in the middle row and in the lower row. You agree? So here, where is 7 going to be? Well, either here or here or here or here. We don't have a pair, but we know that it can't appear in this part here. This 7 blocks this square here in this row. We can't have a 7 again. So we can now write in a pair of 7s in this position here, this one and this one. Did you see? Because we need a 7 in this row. This 7 blocks it. And so therefore 7 will have to be here and here. Another way of seeing it is that we have 7 and 7 in the middle and lower rows in 2 segments. So in the 3rd segment it will have to appear in the upper row. That's how we see that kind of thing. I'm doing this at a very leisurely pace. I don't see any reason to hurry. There's 2. This 2 blocks these 2 squares, and so 2 appears here or here, like that. Okay, excuse the motorbike noise outside. 6 here blocking. Oh, okay, I've just seen something. Actually, we've got a number here. Look, I've just noticed 6 crosses this row here, and there's only 1 square left, right? So 6 has to appear here like this. And now remember, we wrote in a pair of candidates. The other number was 8, so we can fill that in now. And so also notice that now we had a pair of 8s here, this 8 no longer exists. There's only one place for an 8 to go here now, and that's there. 6, this 6 blocks here, this 6 blocks here, and this 6 blocks here, so the 6 has to appear in that position there. Okay, missing number here is 1 in this segment. We don't yet have a 1, so we can fill that in now. And when we do that, we'll notice down here in this segment where we don't have a 1 yet, this 1 blocks these 2 squares and this 1 blocks this square. So 1 goes in here, and we're overwriting the 7, so we can put in a 7. Now we're overwriting a 3, so we can put in a 3. So this 3 now comes across here, and actually there's only one number left to get in this row, and it's a 3, so we can fill that in now. We're overwriting a 1, so that's here, and now we're overwriting a 7, that's here. There's one number left to get up here, which is a 3 in this column here, that's the last number. One number to get here, which is 1, so we'll fit that in like so. Bring this 1 over here, you'll notice 1 blocks here, so that's a 1. That's our last number here, 2. So we've got the right hand section filled in completely now. There's one number missing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last number is 9, so we'll put that in now. Along this column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't yet have a 7, so we'll put that in now. Okay, Alright, so now we'll shift our focus over here. There's one number remaining. It's certainly not a 2, is it? I had a 2 as part of a pair here. Look, this 2 eliminates that already, and we know actually a 2 has to go here. What is the other number? 1, 2, it's a 3, isn't it? So we don't yet have a 3 in that row, so we can put that in now. Now we do that, we'll see this 3 blocks these squares here, this 3 blocks this square here, so down here that's our 3. 3 up, 3 down, 3 across. Got it? Up, down, across, meaning that's our location for 3 in this segment. One number missing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a 5, we don't yet have a 5, so we'll fill that in now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have a 5 yet, but we can see this 5 that we just filled in blocks this square. So 5 has to go in the other square here like that. The other missing number is a 6. 7, 8, 9 we have, so 6 we can fill in now. We don't yet have a 6 in this segment, but this 6 is blocking it here. So 6 has got to be here. The last number is 9, so we can fill that in now. One missing number in this row, it's a 9. We can put that in now. We don't yet have a 1 here. This 1 blocks this square. This 1 blocks this square. So 1 comes in here. 7 we don't yet have here. 7 blocks here, so 7 goes there. And the last number to put in is 5. This 5 blocks this square. We don't yet have a 5 here, so we can put in 5 now. Last number is 9. Bring that 9 down, this 9 down. 9 is our last number here, or just count through and see that you need 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't yet have a 6 here, so that's our 6. And the last number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so that's a 7 as our last number. So, you know, I recommend if you're a beginner, just check what you've done and make sure that the numbers are correct and that you haven't put in a double number anywhere, because that can certainly happen when you first begin Sudoku, and it can even happen at later stages too. So that's an easy start to the week, and to ease you into a Monday if you're feeling having that Monday feeling. Thank you very much, fellow Sudokans. Please subscribe to the channel. I forgot to ask. Subscribe to all Sudoku channels, please, and not just mine, everybody's, and try to promote the cause of Sudoku. It's a positive thing for the world. It doesn't do any damage whatsoever. Thank you very much. Bye bye.